Hi, everybody. I'm Basketball Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman. More importantly, I'm a part of the 24/7 People's Filibuster. And you might say, why? Well, why? Because I care about our country. I am a former Olympic athlete, and I really am proud of being an American, but we also have to be responsible for what we do. I'm a parent. I love my child, but I also love other children. And I don't want there to have casualties with gun violence. I am 100% for just responsible gun legislation. This has been happening for years, okay? I'm also a basketball coach. If I don't call the right play for the right people in the right situation, I can get fired for not doing my job. Washington has not done their job, and there are people that have been in Washington for 30, 40 years that are still waffling on this issue. They are dividing our country on doing the right thing in the name of politics. And we need to come together. We, the people, need to stand here and say, we are tired of young people, elementary age children, regular people in our communities that are getting shot, that are getting murdered. And we can't have this anymore. I'm not going to stand in front of you and say I have A, B, C, D things that we should be doing, but responsibility for, making sure we have background checks, that we don't have assault rifles, that people can just purchase anywhere they want on the internet, on the black market. We have so much technology in our country, and we can't either ban that or have some sort of regulation on who gets to purchase that. And I understand people who are criminals don't want to go into a sporting goods store and sign all their information for the government, for law enforcement to track. But we have to do something. I had a friend of mine who I coach in the Big Three. It's a professional basketball league. And one of the coolest cats I've ever been around was Andre Emmett. The day before Andre Emmett, who was an incredible father to his two little daughters, before he was murdered in Dallas, Texas, I was supposed to take him to get his knee checked by a doctor. I almost fell off the treadmill when they said that Andre had been murdered in front of his apartment in Dallas. Are we kidding? A young man who was 37 years old, didn't do anything, had no background, no criminal background, nothing. Just a good human being, just trying to better his life as a young African American. And to be there at his funeral and see all the people that loved him, and what happened at Sandy Hook, what has happened in Texas, it's happened at Columbine, these things keep happening, and then the politicians just keep saying, well, we're going to have to do something about it, or we feel so sad. I mean, it's just horrible what's going on. Well, why don't we have term limits? Because if we had term limits, then somebody would come into office and get something done. And right now, 24/7, the People's Filibuster, we're coming. And we're going to Washington. And we're going to testify. And we're going to make a difference, because we put people in Washington, we the voters. And I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're Republican. It's just common sense. And maybe not killing people is conservative. I'm okay with that. I just think we need to come together as a country and demand that the people that are in office on both sides of the aisle do the things that we want, not what they want. I, again, am here, and I'm so proud to be a part of 24/7 People's Filibuster. We are going to make a difference, and thank you for taking the time to hear me out. And I'm sorry that I cannot be in Washington.